Namaste, you're on The Nation at 5. I'm Anand Narsuman coming to you live from the newsroom here at CNN News 18. And we start with deliberate attempt to delay the hearing on the entire matter of Sringar Gauri and the Gyan Vapi petitions in the Varanasi court. The Muslim side trying to push for a plea that would say that defer the hearing by 8 weeks, but that was rejected by the court. But more importantly, we have accessed the Hindu side's fresh application, an application that's been made and which will now be heard on the 29th of September. And this is what the application says. This is the copy. I've just called it over here. Application on behalf of the plaintiff numbers 2 to 5 under section 75E and order 26 rule 10A. RW section 151 of the Criminal Procedure Code for issuance of directions to Archaeological Survey of India to carry out scientific investigation, carbon dating to determine the nature, age and constituents of the Shivlingam found discovered on the 16th of May 2022 during survey of the Advocate Commissioner. And they have made out of a detailed case, but more importantly, they have said either by excavation or by ground penetrating radar, GPR. That's what they have said. Let's try and see if this will be accepted. They are saying that this is the application that was filed. It's a 6-page application where multiple examples have been stated, and they're also saying that as mentioned above, an ancient Shivlingam was found discovered by Advocate Commissioner on 16th of May 2022. The Shivlingam found discovered is an object of worship by Hindu devotees. It is believed that the Shivlingam is existing within the place in question from time immemorial. That for proper adjudication of the case, it is necessary that a scientific investigation be made regarding the length, breadth, width, height, age, makeup of the constituents of the Shivlingam. All of these facts can come before the Honorable Court only through a scientific investigation in regard to the Shivlingam by carbon dating or by any other scientific method conducted by the ASI. The carbon dating is a radiometric dating technique that uses decay of carbon-14 to determine age of organic materials like wood, leather, etc. as old as 58,000 to 62,000 years. Vishnu Jain, one of the petitioners, is with us. There are four petitioners to this: Harishankar Jainji, advocate, Sudhir Kumar Tripathi, Subhash Nandan Chaturvedi, and the last undersigned here is Vishnu Shankar Jain. He's with us. Vishnuji, namaste. Quickly, I want to understand what happened in court today.
See, we have moved this application under section 75 of the CPC, and we have asked for a scientific investigation into the Shivlingam which has been found on 16th of May. Now, the point is this, Anand, one party to the case is saying that this is a fountain. Another party to the case is saying that this is a Shivlingam. So we are saying that it has to be ascertained by a scientific investigation, and a body like ASI is the best to adjudicate this issue, that whether it's a Shivlingam or a fountain. And carbon dating is an exercise by which how old a particular object of worship is can be ascertained. And I have also mentioned in my application that carbon dating can relate back to 62,000 years old object also can be ascertained, whether it's a Shivlingam or whether it's a fountain. So we saying that it has to be done a detailed scientific investigation, and then only it can be ascertained that whether it's a Shivlingam. It is our claim that it's a Shivlingam, but in support of that claim, I have a right under the CPC to lead evidence and to call for expert opinion. And court also has this right to call for an expert opinion for proper adjudication of the matter in issue. So in regard to all these facts, this application has been moved today before the Honorable Court, and after hearing, I have made my submissions before the Honorable Court. After hearing me, the Honorable Court has issued notice in the matter to the Muslim parties, and they will file their reply. And on 29th of September, the matter is listed for orders on the issue of carbon dating. So this is a very important piece of evidence in our matter, and this is a very important application, and we are very hopeful that the Honorable Court will pass an order on 29 directing the Archaeological Survey of India to have a carbon dating of the property in question and of the Shivlingam, and then only we will participate in that survey, and then only the true facts will come out before the public.
In the application, you have said that it is understood that ASI has mechanisms to find out age, composition, nature, and other relevant things relating to monument, relic, artifact, etc., howsoever ancient it may be, and that the ASI in Gandhinagar, Gujarat in 2014 established a laboratory to adopt a multidisciplinary approach in archaeology along with the establishment of carbon dating laboratory. The other part, Vishnu Jain, you say is that even if you court decide either via excavation, that means you dig up that entire place and get to the bottom and to establish whether it's a fountain or not. The other thing you're saying is you use GPR or ground penetration radar. That means without even touching the existing structure and what is being built there, you can still do an imagery, and with just collecting a sample, you can know whether the structure which Hindus believe is a Shivling of Adi Vishweshwar, how old it is. And if it is anywhere more than 100 years old, then it is beyond proof that it's a Shivling and not a fountain.
Correct, absolutely right. Because see, Aurangzeb has come in this property in question in 1669, and if through the scientific evidence it is proved that this Shivlingam which has been found is more prior in time to Aurangzeb, then our fact and our case will get more strength through that evidence. And the point is this, Anand, that if someone is, and that to a body like ASI, is doing an archaeological survey of the site in question without destroying or without making any penetration in the property in question, without making any excavation through a GPR survey, then no one should have any objection. Because the point is this, that if the Muslims are saying it's a fountain and
Correct.
I am saying it's a Shivlingam, how will it be ascertained? By a
Correct.
party making a claim, it can never be ascertained. It has to be ascertained by an expert opinion. And there in this matter, the expertise is with the Archaeological Survey of India. Point number two, we have also made an application for a demolition of those artificial walls which are beneath this Shivlingam. Because
Right.
let me tell you, and as you rightly know, that this Shivlingam has been found on the first floor of this site in question. So beneath
Right.
the first floor, the Arga of the Shivlingam has still to be found. So for
Correct.
all those things, ground penetration radar, carbon dating, any scientific mechanism has been suggested to the Honorable Court. And let's see what happens on 29th of
What-
September. We are very hopeful that this kind of expert opinion has been taken in the past. And I have also cited the judgment of Ayodhya, in which the Honorable Supreme Court has made the importance and has enunciated the importance of the issues of carbon dating and the surveys by the Archaeological Survey of India. So
Yes, you
there is
do.
already a
Yeah, please complete.
so there is already a laboratory which is established in Gujarat which conducts this kind of an exercise. And therefore, we believe that if this kind of scientific investigation is done, the truth will come out before the Honorable Court. If suppose Anand take a case that this carbon dating is done, and in the carbon dating is it found that this shivling is 5,000 years old or 10,000 years old, or it's very old, it's very prior in time, then definitely it will give importance to our case. It will be of a more evidentiary value, and we will be able to say the on court issues when the evidence will be led.
Right.
This application of carbon dating, this report filed by the ASI, will be read into evidence.
Right.
And let
Now
me-
yeah, please complete.
Yeah, one more thing I wanted to say, that this application was filed by us before the Supreme Court. The Honorable Supreme Court said that the matter is pending before the trial court, so you can avail your remedies before the trial court. So in light of all those things, we withdrew our application, and now in terms of that chain of events, we have filed this application before the trial court. So no one can say that you should have gone to the writ court, you should have gone to the High Court or the Supreme Court, because that remedy has been exercised. And after exercising that remedy and after withdrawing the matter, we are now approaching the trial court, which is the correct forum.
Right. Right.